Welcome everyone to the 108th Celebrity Synastry chart reading, where we will be looking into Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Adeline and it is so nice to meet you. On this channel, I look at the dynamic between two celebrities using astrology. For those new and returning, I take notes on a Synastry chart looking at the personal planet signs aspects and if birth time available, house overlays. I share these notes and add my extra insights and interpretations along the way. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe and click the bell to join us weekly, and let's get right into this one. Starting off with the sun, we have Eva's sun in Pisces and Ryan's sun in Scorpio. These are both water signs. It's an emotionally deep relationship and they are compassionate towards each other. Eva can help with Ryan's emotions and Ryan's sarcastic humor can hurt Eva. Eva's sun overlaid in Ryan's 12th house. They are different people and there is an atmosphere of mystery. Marriage is not possible, which is interesting because these two, I believe, are one of the sort of like the more well-known sort of like long-term marriages in Hollywood. So I wonder if we'll see a bit more maybe in terms of their longevity and all of that. They don't understand each other. I mean, the only thing so far, I mean, we're very early on in the reading, is Ryan's sarcastic humor hurting Eva. Potentially she doesn't really get his sense of humor maybe. They have no idea why they are together and Eva finds Ryan unpredictable. The relationship requires a lot of patience and Eva sees Ryan as exotic and strange. Eva feels Ryan doesn't approve of her and she's attracted to Ryan against her judgment. So far, it seems like on Eva's end, there seems to be a bit more hesitation into this relationship. Their sun signs are trine together, so there's mutual respect and they energize each other. They are supportive of each other and they are cooperative with each other. They accumulate wealth and luck and they can deal with conflict in a healthy way. Which I guess it is a good thing that we're seeing there is cooperation, because considering I feel like we've seen like a big blob of like, they're very different people. So it's nice we see that they can be cooperative with those differences. Eva's sun sextile Ryan's moon. It's an easy friendship and it's a fulfilling relationship. Potentially, I'm not sure how these two, I don't really know anything about these two, I should probably say. But we did see like marriage is not possible and it's an easy friendship. Were they potentially like maybe friends at the beginning and maybe they thought that we can't possibly be more than friends maybe? There is a natural compatibility and they are cooperative with each other, we're seeing again. Ryan trusts Eva's wisdom and Eva depends on Ryan's support. Eva's sun squared Ryan's Neptune. There are misunderstandings and delusions and deceptions occur. I mean, this goes back to how we did see there's different people, particularly the atmosphere of mystery thing. It's like, do they know each other is my question. I mean, so far it's been a good mix of like good and bad. I'm very curious though to see a bit more in terms of like, I guess, how they get along and if they have a decent foundation together, if that makes sense. They both glamorize each other and attraction is based on appearance. I find this funny, like considering this, and we did see earlier how Eva's attracted to Ryan against her judgment. Like that's, I don't know, it feels a bit mean, but that's there. Ryan eventually disappoints Eva. She seems to be like hesitant in this relationship. Like from what we are seeing on her end so far, it seems like a sort of like hesitation. I can't think of any other word. Like she doesn't really want to be with him. It's against her judgment to be attracted to him. And he's eventually disappointing her. Like it just seems to be a lot of not great on her end. It seems like they both need to be clear about expectations. Now for the intermission. This video is brought to you by me, my Etsy store, Adeline the Astrologer. If you ever watch this and think, hey, I would like her to read my Synastry chart, well, I will. I do personalized Synastry readings on my Etsy store, both basic and detailed. The basic one is very simple to understand. It's not overwhelming at all. It's pretty good for those that are beginners to astrology, just getting the head around astrology, or just as a fun gift idea. The detailed one is just like what I do on my channel, just a lot of insight and interpretation on your chart. So if you are interested in that and everything else astrology and tarot related, readings and gifts, then definitely check out my Etsy store. Links are below. I'm always releasing new things, so definitely check it out if you're interested. You can even just favorite the store just to show your support for free. Thanks for listening and let's get back to the reading. So now it's time for moon. We have Eva's moon in Leo and Ryan's moon in Capricorn. They have contrasting lifestyles and Eva doesn't always feel fulfilled. I hate to say it, but not really surprising, is it? Ryan doesn't give Eva the attention she desires, and Eva helps Ryan be more optimistic. Eva's sun overlaid in Ryan's 5th house. Eva sees Ryan as perfect, which, going back to earlier how we did see that she's like attracted to him against her judgment, but still attracted to him. Ryan is flattered by Eva, and Eva drops her emotional guard around Ryan. I wonder if this is maybe why she feels eventually disappointed with him, because if she is already feeling hesitated and she does drop that, guard, like gives it a chance and everything, and she's eventually disappointed, it's like she's proved right in a way that her initial hesitations were correct. Eva feels an emotional connection with Ryan, and Ryan appreciates their emotional relationship, which, I mean, we did see that Eva's the one helping him emotionally. Generally, it is an emotional relationship, so that is there. They both enjoy spending time together, and they have lots of fun together. Eva's moon is square Ryan's Mercury. It's emotionally challenging, and Ryan feels frustrated with Eva. Eva has a hard time getting Ryan to listen, and Eva doesn't feel Ryan values her opinions or respects her intellectually. Which, again, I know I'm bringing up the beginning a lot. This one is a bit different though, because we did see that Eva doesn't feel she's approved by Ryan. So literally this seems to be in a more intellectual opinion sense. Ryan feels Eva is too sensitive to criticism, and they both need to learn to listen. Eva's moon at sextile Ryan's Jupiter. There is good fortune and a popular couple. I mean, in a sense they are. They are definitely brought up as an example of like what a good Hollywood couple is. I feel like they're definitely always on those sort of lists. There is honest communication. So it seems like they actually need to like allow the other to communicate to have that. Likely for them to support charities, and they have an intellectual understanding. It doesn't seem to be that great, mostly on Eva's end. I'm curious to see a bit more what this sort of intellectual rapport is like. Excessiveness could be an issue. Eva's moon is sextile Ryan's Saturn. Ryan feels that Eva is committed to him. One thing I'm not liking, and I don't want to say, but I'm seeing it, so I kind of have to. It seems like Eva is kind of, I don't want to say sacrificing herself for Ryan, but it seems like in this relationship, she's a lot more present and not in a happy way. Whereas with Ryan, he's appreciating all the emotional relationship. He's not really valuing her intellectually. It doesn't seem like he's very present in the relationship. It kind of feels like, he's just with her because she's going to stay committed and everything, and just, play that wife role. So that hopefully we'll see something that changes that perspective. But the way I'm interpreting this so far, it doesn't seem like Ryan is very present here. It seems like Eva is a bit more loyal and committed, if that makes sense. It's not a shallow relationship, and Ryan is accountable to Eva, which I feel like would be good considering Ryan seems to be the one doing a bit more projects and movies and everything compared to Eva. I'm not sure if she's still making, doing something with her sort of acting career or anything else where she requires travel, because Ryan, you're always traveling, you kind of have to be accountable to, your spouse, where you are and everything. Ryan provides practical help. Yeah, I'm seeing it feels like a bit more of a traditional relationship where there's not a whole lot of depth, but there is that just commitment and loyalty and a bit more practical of a relationship rather than marrying for love, if that makes sense. So now it's time for Mercury. We have Eva's Mercury in Aquarius and Ryan's Mercury in Scorpio. These are both fixed signs. Conflict between Eva's detachment and Ryan's attachment. Interesting. The only way I see Eva being detached is she doesn't seem to feel very connected to Ryan. Ryan can be impatient with Eva's excessive analysis, and neither are self-centered. Eva's Mercury overlaid in Ryan's 12th house. Eva has a sixth sense around Ryan, and Ryan may feel violated. Eva may feel overwhelmed around Ryan. I feel like she does, and it doesn't seem to be in a more positive way, if that makes sense. It doesn't seem to be for the better. Intuition is strong, and it can easily become a paranoid relationship, which I feel like could be maybe just due to being overwhelmed and having that sixth sense. With what we have seen, particularly on Ryan, we did specifically see that he is accountable to Eva, and on Eva we did see that she's committed. So it seems like there is that sort of things put in place to avoid that paranoia, but you can't help feelings, can you? Their Mercury signs are trine together, so there's easy communication and they solve problems similarly. They hold similar views and they enjoy learning from each other. They have complementary ideas and thoughts, and there's a mutual understanding, and misunderstandings are unlikely. I'm glad we're seeing this more positive change. I hope we're going into, is this like a positive U-turn we're having? That's fun. Eva's Mercury square Ryan's Uranus. They challenge the way the other looks at things. So, I mean, does, go back to, we just talked about it. They're complementary ideas and thoughts, potentially they do have those like similar, but I mean, complementary is the word. Why am I trying to define complementary? With those complementary ideas, they challenge the way the other looks at things. Take a shot every time I say complimentary. They have intellectual conversations, and Ryan finds Eva too traditional. Interesting. I would have thought it would be the other way around. Eva finds it difficult to depend on Ryan. Maybe he finds her too traditional in the sense maybe she wants him to maybe slow down his career, settle down that part of his life for a while. Eva's Mercury trine Ryan's Pluto. They have deep conversations, and there's a revealing of deep dark secrets here, which, I mean, we have been seeing, like for Ryan in particular, this is like emotionally healing. And we did, to be fair, see that Eva feels like she can drop her emotional guard around Ryan, so that kind of matches here. Healing negative beliefs about relationships, and Ryan helps Eva open up her mind. So, which does go back to, the idea that she opens up emotionally around him. So I'm glad that we're seeing this sort of more positive thing. I don't think we've ever had like a positive U-turn in these readings. This is nice. It's a therapist-patient relationship, which I feel like both would play a bit of it because, I mean, we've seen indicators of both. It seems like Ryan feels able to emotionally connect with Eva, and Eva does seem to drop her emotional guard around Ryan, even though that seems to be, I want to see more on that because we did see that there may be some regrets around that potentially, so I want to see more. They get to the bottom of matters, which we did see that they solve problems similarly, so that is there. They feel very close to each other and they resolve difficult issues together. Eva is fascinated with Ryan's depth, and Ryan appreciates Eva's humor and easygoing nature, so he seems to like her humor, not the other way around, which is funny. Ryan's Mercury square Eva's Venus. They find each other interesting and attractive, which we've seen a bit more on Eva's end. They have frequent disagreements and they don't understand each other's romantic ideas. I wonder, going back to how we did see they have an easy friendship, marriage is not possible, I wonder if that is indeed how they met. Maybe like they met as friends and they're like, I could never be with someone like you. Like we have very different ideas on romance and all of that. Mundane communication is difficult and there is a difference in music taste. Exchanging ideas is a source of conflict and need to learn to listen to each other, which I was just about to say, like, oh, remember that note where they need to learn to listen to each other? Well, it's been repeated now. Nice. That's what I'm feeling like when it comes to like if exchanging ideas is a source of conflict, it potentially is just those two just going at it and not actually like listening and actually having a discussion. Ryan's Mercury trine Eva's Jupiter. Eva is enthusiastic about Ryan's thoughts and ideas. I don't like how we're not seeing this counteracted. Is that the right word? We did see before how Ryan doesn't seem to consider, or value Eva's, thoughts and ideas. I don't like how we're not seeing that. Instead, we're seeing Eva is enthusiastic, which is fine. But it'll be nice to see the other way around. Positive and inspiring conversations, and there is a strong friendship. I really would not be surprised if they started off as friends. Eva introduces Ryan to new ways of thinking, which we did see a bit earlier. Eva can be too lenient with Ryan and they enjoy traveling together. Ryan helps Eva with self-expression and business together is advantageous. I'm not sure if they ever did anything together. They could have totally made a movie and met there. I don't really know anything of that though, but that is there. They come from different cultures. I mean, Eva's American and I didn't even know until I was starting this little cut. They come from different cultures, which I found out with both of these two. Eva is from Miami, so that I know that is like a distinctive culture in America, I believe, like Miami, Florida. Something I did not know before this video and reading, Ryan is from Canada, so that's kind of different. I mean, not crazy different, I would imagine, but Probably if you're American and Canadian, that is a big difference. If you're actually from there, I wouldn't get it, but that is there. You know, Eva coming from the, you know, American, Florida, Miami culture, and, you know, Ryan coming from Canada. I'm not sure if he ever like lived in America early on, because he was like a child star as far as I know. So I'm not sure, maybe he was just born in Canada and grew up in America, so there maybe isn't as much of a difference, but that is there, fun facts. There is an optimistic meeting. So now it's time for Venus. We have Eva's Venus in Aquarius and Ryan's Venus in Libra. These are both air signs. It's an intellectually stimulating relationship and they love talking together, which is nice. Respectful and equal relationship, and they work through conflicts reasonably. I'm glad this, like, working through problems and conflicts together, I'm glad it's repeated in a positive way, because that's always good. Ryan values romance and Eva values friendship. Interesting. Eva's Venus overlaid in Ryan's 11th house. Eva immediately likes Ryan, so it seems like on her end there was very much an immediate attraction. They are comfortable with each other and Ryan senses he can be himself around Eva. They both share the same social activities and hobbies and they are good friends, which I really feel like they potentially did start as friends. That is why, like, marriage was not initially possible, maybe. They are both open with the other. Eva's Venus trine Ryan's Jupiter. Ryan appreciates Eva as a friend, which, yeah, I really feel like they started off as friends. They see the good in each other and they make each other feel more confident. They're a popular couple and a financially abundant couple. They share inside jokes and they thrive in each other's company, and Eva improves Ryan's social life. Eva's Venus trine Ryan's Saturn. Ryan stabilizes Eva's emotion, so it seems like he really, I guess, you know, brings out that sort of like more emotional side in Eva. It seems like he is a sort of like catalyst in her emotional growth and opening up emotionally. There is a strong commitment, which we have, you know, seen indicators on both sides. They sacrifice for each other, which, I mean, in the beginning, before our positive U-turn, I did say that Eva seems to sacrifice a bit more. I still kind of stand by that because it seems like Eva still seems to be a bit more committed to this relationship. We have seen a bit more on like Ryan's end now. But if he is the one that is doing the more like traveling, the more work and everything, you know, she would be sacrificing her career in a way. I mean, very typical when, like, you know, a woman has a family, there is that always element of sacrifice, really. They see the relationship as everlasting and they help each other in career. Eva admires Ryan's strength. So now it's time for Mars. We have Eva's Mars in Gemini and Ryan's Mars in Sagittarius. These are sister polarity signs and also mutable signs. Love debating and discussing together, and it's a restless relationship. Eva may hurt Ryan with words, so there is a bit of sort of like negativity coming from Eva as well. Eva's Mars overlaid in Ryan's 3rd house. Eva is more blunt around Ryan, so I assume that is how she would be hurting Ryan with the words and everything. Ryan may intimidate Eva, and Ryan is sensitive to Eva's intensity. Okay. The only way I can link this is we did see a bit early on in the reading how we did see that Eva has that sixth sense of Ryan, how she's a bit more overwhelmed in this relationship. It can tend to be paranoid. So I wonder if that is where the intensity comes from on Eva's end. Eva's Mars trine Ryan's Jupiter. They feel they can do anything together and there is healthy competitiveness. Ryan is okay with Eva asserting herself and they have fun together. They enjoy trying new things together and they have a shared interest in sports and travel. I wonder, we did see how they share like same like social activities and hobbies. I wonder if they do share some like, I don't know, sports together they really like. Ryan helps Eva get out of her comfort zone and Eva feels energized around Ryan. Possibly a reckless relationship, which we did see it's a restless relationship, so that is there. And they're a lucky couple, which I believe we do see again. Eva's Mars trine Ryan's Saturn. Ryan is the anchor, which I mean, we did see that he is like committed to the relationship. He provides that practical help. Just what we have seen, I feel like Eva would be a bit more of the anchor, but it doesn't say Ryan can't be as well. Two anchors are great. They both can achieve a lot together, and Eva finds Ryan's predictability attractive. Eva feels she can depend on Ryan, and Ryan appreciates Eva's individuality. Ryan's Mars opposite Eva's Saturn. They both will discover what they want from a relationship, which this is reminiscent of that trope. I like the friends to lovers trope, particularly the ones, I mean, there's a billion movies out there, probably, that many, where, you know, they're friends together, and through that friendship, they discover what they want out of a relationship, and then they fall in love. I wonder if that is the sort of like how they ended up together and like married for so many years. Eva finds Ryan's energy attractive initially. I don't like how there is this, it seems like on Eva's end, she's initially attracted to him, but it seems to deteriorate. Eva becomes annoyed of Ryan's childishness, and Eva tries to control Ryan, which we did see that Ryan is okay with Eva asserting herself, so I guess one in the same. Ryan feels like he's always been watched by Eva. Did we not see this? We did say how Ryan may feel violated in this relationship, so I wonder if this is just due to that. Ryan becomes rebellious to Eva, and there is a difference in views, which, I mean, we've seen sprinkled like both difference in views and same views, so whatever. Ryan's Mars sextile Eva's Uranus. They encourage each other's independence, and it's an experimental relationship. Eva makes Ryan anxious, and they both share humanitarian views, which I believe we did see, like, they both do like charitable things together, I think it was, so that could be their, you know, humanitarian interest there. So that was the final aspect, bringing us to the end of the reading. If you are still watching, please share your thoughts below. I would be very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. I'm impressed with this reading, if that makes sense. Like, normally with readings, I feel like it starts off really well, and then we go through the U-turn, and it all turns downhill from there. But this, I think this was the first reading where, like, in the beginning, I really didn't have a lot of hope. I was kind of worried in a way. I was like, oh, this seemingly great couple, you know, is actually not that great, which, I mean, probably is many couples in Hollywood anyway. They have to keep face, but it's nice that we did see like a really positive U-turn, and I feel like a nice, fairly nice relationship. You know, have their bumps, but whatever. If you have made it this far, please consider subscribing for more. I post these readings weekly, and besides that, give this video a like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!